Hi there, Graeme Keith here from The Great Wake Up, and thanks for watching this video. Now, in today's video, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to shape a society through psychological manipulation and unconscious mind control. And this is what we see in the outer world today, isn't it? With all the schools, the higher learning colleges, the universities, further education. And these institutions are one of the greatest scams we've ever come across. And yet, every single one of us has gone through those scams and gone through those processes in these institutions and came out exactly as the elite in charge of the systems of control of education in this case. And they will decide who we are as an individual. And what I mean by that is what they put in, they ultimately get out. School, college, universities, they're literally just different degrees of manipulation. And obviously, the early years of schooling are very, very important because if you get the child young enough, then their future is assured. So the education system, and like all systems in this world we live in, is very, very is very, very, well, it's a fact that it's controlled. It's the curriculums that are in the schools, colleges, universities are designed to shape the minds a certain way. Now, you look at the university goers of today, you'll see that a lot of them, the the age of the uni students, probably what, 22 upwards, they're now coming out of college, university, etc., left leaning. And what I mean by that is they lean to the left. They lean to the political persuasion of communism and all the trinkets that go with that. Look at the third world migrant invasion that the left have allowed to happen. We have pockets of society who are, calling for action in foreign countries, in our country. So they're shaping the narrative in the UK, in my country, in inverted commas, by literally hijacking the education systems, installing propaganda, and teaching that propaganda to the students after getting them in ridiculous sums of debt. Take university, for example, and they won't be able to get a job after it because AI is coming to sweep all the jobs up. Now, in my family, I've got a number of people with university degrees, and they were unable to get the jobs that they got in debt for and studied for. And so they left university with tens of thousands of pounds worth of debt and no job that they trained for. So again, that's another one of these reasons for these institutions and educational institutions, because they're designed to create debt. Everything in the system is designed to create debt because there is no money with which to pay anything. So, look, whenever you sign anything, whether it be an attendance slip, a doctor's note, um, any contract, any utility bill, anything that you sign with your signature creates a securitized instrument. And therefore that means that money can be generated from the signature of that securitized instrument. And that is how the world runs. So the universities not only brainwash and facilitate political agendas through the institution and the content of the curriculum, but they create debt. They create enough space for the Ponzi scheme that is the world that we live in to keep running. So give me the boy and I'll show you the man. All you need to learn to do this is how the unconscious mind works. if we repeat information into the unconscious mind enough times, it becomes a belief. And an education system only marks you on regurgitation of learned information. So you'll get an A if you remember what you were taught. So if you've got a good memory and you can get good grades, does that mean you're intelligent? Well, not really. It means you've got a good memory, right? So education is not based upon education at all. Education is indoctrination and manipulation. And this is how the entire system works. This is how we can shape a future population. We can shape the boy going into the man. We can shape the beliefs of that man or boy or child or whatever. That's how it occurs. Through repetition over long periods of time at school, at college, at university, and the curriculums within that. And that's how a society is shaped through manipulation in the education systems. So be very mindful about what they're teaching your kids at school. Because when I was at school, they weren't teaching me drag queens reading stories. They weren't telling me I could be a cat, or I was a poly, or whatever you call these pronouns, him, they, she, them, all this nonsense. It's all fabricated. It's all to divide and separate society into, those and those who not, those who believe and those who don't. All designed in line with the satanic agenda, and everything in our world is the same. All engineered, all pre-scripted, all manipulated, all serving the one outcome. So are you going to pattern interrupt the education system by deregistering your kids and making sure that you teach them fundamental truths instead of a world of dark lies? The choice is yours. And like everything in the system, it's entirely voluntary if you want to participate in it. So bear that in mind. Bear what your child, what your kids are going to become based upon the repetition of nonsense that they learn in school, college, or university. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe if you feel the need to do so to help the channel. I'll be very grateful. Until the next one, take good care, and I'll see you then.